Well, hello there, friends and RC family. My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you are new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope you will stick around, watch at least this video, see if this content seems worth your while. And if it does, consider subscribing so that then I can say to you, if you aren't new here, welcome back to yet another Friday upload. This time, it's a giveaway because we had a new logo in that intro screen. I have not had time to put together a cool intro sequence like we had for the 2023, but I think that'll do for now. And we've got this cool little logo right here reflected in that initial title screen, denoting that this is in fact a North vs. South Utah RC Crawling Championship 2024 video, and I am very excited to bring some new content to you guys. Just as a little note, I am filming this footage with a bum knee, so it might not be as beautiful and perfect as I want it to be, but I do still want to share it with you guys because I am so stoked to bring some new content to you and to get to share it with you. These patches will be available at the event this Saturday, so tomorrow. If you're out at Apple Valley in southern Utah, you can pick up one of these patches for yourself. These are not going to be available online. These are exclusive patches for people who show up to the events, and we have a limited quantity of them, so make sure that you hop on it if you want one. But today, we're going to actually enjoy some Sand Hollow crawling. I know that it's been a little bit since we've been back to Sand Hollow. This is going to be the Mousetrap area, not exactly Mousetrap, but the Mousetrap area that Logan or West Desert Wheeler has made so famous. And we're going to jump right into a Class 2 run from none other than Christian from Rock Pirates RC, one of the founders of the Rock Pirates crew. Christian is a staple of our community, of course, and the Rock Pirates have been supporting the North vs. South Utah RC Crawling Championship since its inception. They've also been supporting the channel for quite some time now. I am a Rock Pirates driver. I'm still rocking C channels, making C channels great again. So let's just jump straight into this video of Christian on this tough Class 2 course on a very windy day. You can see Steve, or father of the Rock Pirates, back in the back there recording his own footage of this run, and we've got Christian behind the wheel for this one, and this is going to be a very fun run. Christian rocking the trusty old Interceptor chassis, I believe, at least. From what I can tell, this is an Interceptor chassis. There are a couple extra holes in this one, but the shape and everything that I'm seeing, definitely an Interceptor chassis by the looks of it. Correct me in the comments if you think that I'm wrong, but I personally love these chassis. I think these are absolutely fantastic. Essentially taking that classic Rock Pirates bits kind of look and also functionality, and just getting rid of the C-channel part of it and making it a flat rail setup. Getting into gate number 2 here, and things are getting very spicy. If you didn't notice, there was a little bit of a boundary line that Christian had to avoid up at the top there, and so he had to come into it at a little bit of an odd angle, but turns out all right for him. I think that he actually watched someone else go through that exact same song and dance a little bit earlier, a little bit before him. We're actually going to go into a pause right now. Gives me time to catch up on my narration. I'm always running a little bit behind. But there was actually someone else who ran just a little bit before Christian did, and got into that exact same situation. Hi, Christian. And ended up doing that exact same thing, reversing out of that crack. So getting into it, getting the nose basically buried inside that crack, and then just taking a reverse, and it just kind of backs itself back out. And luckily, he landed on all four, and he was off to the races, off to this next gate here. This next one isn't a particularly tough gate, but all gates are easy, or all gates look easier than they actually are when we're talking about Red Rock, because the traction here is limited. Obviously, if you guys are used to running on high traction rock, that is not what we've got down here in southern Utah. This is very low traction rock. It's a very different style, very different type of rock than what you're probably used to. If you've never crawled in Red Rock or in a Red Rock area, I definitely recommend it. It's a pretty different, pretty cool experience. Getting a little bit spicy there, coming into it a little bit too hot, bringing some wheel speed over that ledge and dropping down just not quite at the best angle, but luckily avoids tapping that gate. Has to take take a reverse there to get back in line, but I think that was the right call. Makes it through there with a little bit of servo wiggling. Remember how important it is to wiggle your servo if you're trying to get through an awkward situation. Obviously, take a look and make sure that wiggling your servo is going to drop that front end in the right direction, but in that case, Christian knew exactly what he was doing. Gave a servo a little bit of wiggle, and that dropped his front end down, which kind of scooted his rear end over, and he was able to avoid tapping that cone on the passenger side. Headed into the next gate here, a nasty little side angle. Have to stay nice and high on this one. You can see he's staying very high on it, but take a look at this. Really pretty perfect, because as soon as your rear end gets up and over that ledge, it's going to slide just a little bit as well, and with that front end sticking so far off the ledge, it's going to take the rear with it. So I think that was just the right angle. Now we're headed back down, and this is kind of a fun little course, right? It's fun to be able to do, like, we passed that gate just a second ago, hit another gate, take a U-turn around. That's the fun part about these courses, is that we can really set up some interesting stuff, and you can do it in some fairly tight spaces. We're going to head into this next gate, and this is a brutal bonus gate here. And I don't know if you can really tell. You might be able to tell in just a second, because I think some dust is going to blow up. But it is incredibly windy right now. If you've never been to Sand Hollow, again, I would recommend it, because the rock crawling is amazing. And if you've never been on Red Rock, it's definitely something special. But Sand Hollow is both sandy and windy, and those two things will never let you down. It will always be sandy, and it will always be windy. If it's not windy at one point in the day, just wait a little bit longer, and it'll be windy at another point of the day. But when you're trying to get up and over through a gate like that, and you've got wind coming directly at the nose of your vehicle, it's a little bit sketchy. But Christian's weight distribution there is fantastic. Grip is good enough to get him up and over there, and he got that bonus. So now we're down to a -8, including those couple of reverses. We're paused on time right now, and Christian thinks that it's time to go, but we're paused on time right now just to one, wait for a driver in front of him, and then two, that second time around was just to make sure that these gates are put together. This is kind of a fun little section right here. We got one gate where you're going to go up and through, and one gate where you're going to come down and through. I think that this is 8 and 9, if I'm not mistaken. So we're getting and he just barely taps number 8 there at the top gate. You really got to sneak close to that one. Very similarly to, I believe, that gate 4 that we were talking about just a minute ago, where you've got to come really close into it. But kind of a fun little, like, up and then through, U-turn, back around. And now here's where the decision's to be made. We skipped a bonus way on the other side of town, and Christian knows now that he's got a couple of minutes, so he's going to try to make his way, and you can see it's windy enough that it's blowing score sheets out of people's hands, but he skipped this bonus. He's thinking, okay, I've got a couple minutes, maybe I can come back around and try to tap this or get through this second bonus gate here, and make up for the fact that he hit gate number 8. So this is a very tough bonus. You got to really straddle the ledge here and get uncomfortably far off on the driver's side, but not so far off that you start sliding like you're seeing here. And you can see now he's in a nasty side hill situation. If he would have favored passenger side just a little bit more, I think he would have made it up and through there. But unfortunately, he ended up in a bad situation. And now we're in an even worse situation. We're up over on our lid. We've used another reverse now, and now we have to use a rollover to get back in time. We don't want to take too much time trying to flip ourselves over off our lid when we're wasting time here, and we've got to get through the finish. So an unfortunate turn of events for Christian on a very, very good run. It's still a very good run, but I don't know that was the right call. But either way, it was very entertaining for us to watch, so I appreciate it nonetheless. Now we're going to we're going to crawl our way, not tap. We're not going to tap it. We're just going to crawl our way through gate 10 here and make our way through the finish line with actually a surprising amount of time left. Almost 30 seconds left, even with that giant detour to the other side of the course. Now that is pretty impressive, and still an impressive outcome considering. +8 on that course is still very impressive. It honestly was more difficult than the GoPro, I think, made it look. Red Rock is always one of those things, right? It's just so slick. It's hard to get good traction. It's hard to side hill well on. But Christian, the Rock Pirates boys, their rigs are absolutely dialed. If you've never run a Rock Pirates rig, I absolutely have to recommend it. They make fantastic hardware to add to a C-channel chassis, which is what I currently run, is just some Rock Pirates bits on a Axial 10.2 kit. fantastic. I've got a good amount of experience on the rig now, and I think that it does very well. That being said, if you're more of a flat rail person or even a carbon fiber rail person, they've got the products for you. They can make it happen. These guys dial in their gear. They run it themselves. They are a true part of the community, and I really respect it. And I appreciate Christian for letting us go behind him on this run and film and kind of come along and see what was going to happen. Rolling the dice at the end there, and it didn't turn out in his favor, but still a fantastic run overall. I appreciate you all joining me for this run. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this one, and let me know if you're excited about some 2024 footage. We've got a ton more 2024 footage now. This is just the very beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're getting into it. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be out at Apple Valley in southern Utah for the second southern round, and then next weekend, is it next weekend or 2 weekends? Might be 2 weekends. We're going to be out at Chimney Rock for the second northern round. I'm actually going to be, I'm not going to be at that one, unfortunately. I'm going to be out of the country, and won't be able to make it back in time, but I will be back for the next southern round, which is going to be probably my favorite southern round, which is the Three Peaks near Cedar City. You guys have seen enough of that footage lately that you know I am a big fan of Three Peaks in Cedar City, but I am also a big fan of Sand Hollow, and we got plenty more of that footage, as well as plenty more Desert Mountain, which was the first northern round. We got it all coming to you. So let me know in the comment section down below if you are stoked about this new footage. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down there below. But you've made it towards the end of the video, and I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this every other week. I was posting every week, and it's just a lot. If you know, you know. If not, sorry. But every other week is what I've got for now. We might go back to every week when I've got a little more time in the schedule. But until then, I appreciate you for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great time. Cheers.